what you think of me. I come undone every time we meet. Don't act as crazy around anyone else. When I see you, I can't help myself. I stumble, I fumble, trip over my tongue. I know that you can have your choice of anyone. If you ever wanna fool around, baby, you can call on me. Here's the number where I can be found. If you ever wanna fool around.
I know I probably never cross your mind, but you're the only thing that's ever on mine. Something tells me I'm just spinning my wheels. You got your sights set on bigger deals, like doctors and lawyers and guys like that. I'd be a fool to think that I'd have a chance. But if you ever wanna fool around, baby, you can call on me. Here's the number where I can be found. If you ever wanna fool around. I stutter, get weak in the knees. When you come around, I fall apart at the seams. But if you ever wanna fool around, baby, you can call on me. Here's the number where I can be found. If you ever
What are you doing lately?
I don't know, Ronnie. What are you doing?
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Are you ready? It's showtime. Please welcome Tim Kelly.
Just between the two of us, let's give up this fantasy, for we no longer care enough to even disagree. Everybody envies us and the way we get along, but just between the two of us, we know our love is gone. People think it's wonderful, our love can be so true. You never say an angry word, no matter what I do.
And you have so much faith in me, you trust me anywhere. But the reason, if they only knew,
is that we just don't care. Just between the two of us, let's give up this fantasy, for we no longer care enough to even disagree. Everybody envies us and the way we get along, but just between the two of us, we know our love is gone.
Wish we could go back again to days that used to be. We fought a lot, but even then I knew you cared for me.
Now we get along so well, no teardrops ever fall. There's no love, no anything, there's nothing left at all. Just between the two of us, let's give up this fantasy, for we no longer care enough to even disagree. Everybody envies us and the way we get along, but just between the two of us, we know our love is gone.
Great traditional country music on the radio. His name is Chris Mellinson, featuring Lucy Walker in a great duet called Just Between the Two of Us. And before that, another great duet with Lee Polari and Ronnie McDowell, If You Ever Want to Fool Around. Boy, we're getting it going tonight. If you ever want to fool around and listen to New Country's best, now's a good time to do it. Welcome to Today's Country with yours truly, Tim Kelly, hosting the show. We are KICR Indie Country Radio. Add a .com to that. You'll find us live on our website right now from Branson, Missouri, the live entertainment capital of the world. It is New Music Monday, and we've got a bunch of great new music for you tonight. We've also got a couple of great radio interviews. At the bottom half of this first hour, Roger Richards is going to be with me, and then in the bottom half of hour number 2, Gary Howard is going to join the program. You're going to get to hear the stories behind their songs and lots of great music on the radio tonight in a full 3-hour show. We want to give a big thank you and shout out to all of the other radio stations that replay this program. Great radio stations like KUHS Denver at KUHSdenver.com, Country Road 58 from Germany, countryradio.musicbox4friends.com from Belgium, devilscountryradio.com, radiotheking.be, that is also from Belgium, WVMIradio.com, RealRadio.us. We are on DownTheRoadRadio.com from Ireland, CountryMusicExpress.co.uk. We are also affiliated with their Country Music Express magazine. We are on Bourbon Trail Radio, CountryThunder.com.au from Australia, WFPNradio.org, BigRecords.world/radio. We are also on Top Shelf Radio Texas and RadicalOnlineRadio.com. If you have Spotify and you want to search KICR Indie Country Radio, we are on there. We are on iHeartRadio. We are on Amazon Music. Everywhere where you listen to popular podcasts, we're getting pretty popular as well. Well, I'll tell you what, there's nothing like the title of this next song to get your Monday started. It is a great duet between Hayden Haddock and my good buddy, Mr. John Wolf from Texas. It is called Tequila. We need some of that right now. On Today's Country from KICR Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on New Music Monday.
Been one of those take this job and shove it kind of work weeks. Thank God there's margarita strong. If we wind up on the bar top singing Don't Stop Believing, tequila's what we'll blame it on. If I wake up in some strange place with a hating life hangover, my keys and all my dignity gone, we get thrown out the bar, get a neon scar or a bad tattoo. Hell,
spent this much time with salt and sweet agave. I found my ex's number in my phone. So if she wakes up to that straight out of the blue I love you message, tequila's what we'll blame it on. Cause when the world gets a little too crazy, you gotta have some crazy of your own. If we need an alibi for doing something wrong, tequila's what we'll blame it on.
So if your soul needs some reality amnesia, cause you've deserved a break for way too long.
Yeah, tonight you can ride the bull, go meet a stranger and get hitched out in Vegas, and tequila's all we'll blame it on.
Cause when the world gets a little too crazy, gotta have some crazy of your own. If we need an alibi for doing something wrong, tequila's what we'll blame it on. If we need an alibi for doing something wrong, tequila's what we'll blame it on.
Yeah, pass that bottle over here, brother. Yeah, gotta blame it on something.
Some Juan Lobo. Yeah, pass me another shot of that.
I don't need no salt and lime.
Tequila.
It's time for today's newest country music, Indie Country Radio, with Tim Kelly.
What's a bar with empty bar stools, Sunday morning, empty church pews, climbing to the top without some friends to share the view. Road trip with an empty shotgun, mixtape that you made for no one. What's a song with nobody to sing to? If I know one thing, it's I can't choose alone. Two's a crowd and three's a party, and we got room to grow. What's a year without a hot country song without the drop? I need y'all, y'all or nothing. You're the party, I'm the starter. 1 or 2 step, I'm your partner. If you walk the line, you can bet I'll walk it too. You're Johnny and I'm June. If I know one thing, it's I can't choose alone. Two's a crowd and three's a party, and we got room to grow. What's a year without a hot country song without the drop? I need y'all, y'all or nothing. Y'all or nothing.
Making her radio debut as a solo artist tonight. Her name is Sophie Lynn. She is formerly of the great group Honey County that I play on this radio station. She has ventured out on her own and sent me some great music. That is called Y'all or Nothing, Miss Sophie Lynn. Go check her out. She is fantastic, and we're working out the details for a live radio interview with that young lady. I'm excited. Her music is fantastic. Appreciate it. This next artist is Dylan Johns. The song is called Every Reason That I Do on today's country from KICR, Indie Country Radio. Every reason I do this is because of you on New Music Monday.
I should have known better than to look in your eyes. I wasn't looking for nothing new, but there was something about you that I saw. And it wasn't just that beautiful smile or your beautiful face, or the way that you put up a chase. If I tried to talk to you tonight, every reason I don't need you is running through my mind. Every reason I don't need you is why. Every reason that I do, I'd just be a heartbroken fool if you never came into my life and changed me on the dime. A new direction headed for a better life with you. Yeah, every reason I don't need you is why. Every reason that I do. Whoa, I had all these plans I thought would get messed up if I got tied down. But boy, was I wrong, cause I never knew life could look this good. And waking up to your sweet face, cuddled up, tangled up with you in the sheets, it's just one of those things that I never knew I needed so bad. Every reason I don't need you is right. Every reason that I do, I'd just be a heartbroken fool if you never came into my life and changed me on the dime. A new direction headed for a better life with you. Every reason I don't need you is why. Every reason that I do, every reason that I do. It's a few years later, we got a family of 3. And babe, I gotta tell you, so glad you chose me. Every reason I don't need you is why. Every reason that I do, I'd just be a heartbroken fool if you never came into my life and changed me on the dime. Direction headed for a better life with you. Every reason I don't need you is why. Every reason that I do. Every reason that I do. Every reason that I do. Every reason that I do.
And exciting.
Broadcasted live from Spreaker.com and iHeartRadio.
Never thought a good old boy like you would ever catch my eye. The drop a line backwards kind like you would be my type. Who knew there was another drive around town with nothing to do but wear out a mixtape of Chris LeDoux like you. Like you. You never thought you'd find someone like you. Wanna love that lasts forever like I do. The one who makes all my dreams come true. 'Cause no one can love like
my great talented young friend by the name of Isabel Gray. We had a great radio interview a few weeks ago. She is fantastic, and I'm holding on to a brand new single that she is yet to release. We got a couple more weeks, and I'm going to bust it loose. I mean, I'm holding on to it tight. It could squeeze right out of my hand and end up on the radio. But no, we're going to wait, and she's going to debut it, and hopefully we'll get another radio interview in with her. She is fantastic. Isabel Gray, that is called Like You. This next gentleman does have a brand new single out. We're going to spin it right now. His name is Craig Hendricks. This is called Making a Life on Today's Country from KICR, Indie Country Radio, playing new country's best on New Music Monday.
Song would be kind of funny. Never been much at making money. I can figure it out. I don't understand. My daddy said time was worth more than gold. Never trade riches for a chance to grow old. And he taught me how to do the best I can. He said a man can always make money, but money don't make the man. Tried to work smart and I worked hard, but getting rich wasn't in my cards. I had nothing to offer but who I am. I'll never forget the day that I met her, when she said our love was her greatest treasure. And I said I do to my best friend. 'Cause a man can always make money, but money don't make the man. Where your heart is, that's where your treasures lie. Selling your soul for a dollar, that ain't worth a dime. Making a life and not just a living is part of a greater plan. 'Cause a man can always make money, but money don't make the man. Life moves on and I'm kinda lucky. Got a whole lot of love, not much money. I'm the richest man you'll ever know. I finally learned what real wealth means. It's not in getting rich or the finer things. Can't take it with you when you go. A man can always make money, but money don't make the man. Where your heart is, that's where your treasures lie. Selling your soul for a dollar, that ain't worth a dime. Making a life and not just a living is part of a greater plan. 'Cause a man can always make money, but money don't make the man. Making a life and not just a living is part of a greater plan. 'Cause a man can always make money, but money don't make the man.
You're listening to Tim Kelly on Indie Country Radio.
There's only one Mississippi, only one king of rock and roll. And only one brand of whiskey I ain't allowed to drink when I'm alone. There's only one road into my hometown, and the same one gets you out. Yeah, you're the only one that makes my little world go round. The only one who turns it right side up when it's upside down. Yeah, there might be plenty of fish in the sea, that. Yeah, you're the only one that makes my little world go round. The only one who turns it right side up when it's upside down. Yeah, there might be plenty of fish in the sea, oh, but even my heart would agree. Baby, you're the only one, you're the only one for me. Yeah, you're the only one that makes my little world go round. The only one who turns it right side up when it's upside down. Yeah, since our first kiss, you've been my cup of tea. Oh, but even my heart would agree. Baby, you're the only one, you're the only one for me. Baby, you're the only one for me. Yeah.
He is making his radio debut tonight on KICR Indie Country Radio. His name is Clayton Airy, and his last name is spelled A-E-R-Y. If you want to check him out, I just got that music loaded up today, and it is a great one called Only One, Clayton Airy. We've got a gentleman tonight for his first radio interview on this program, and maybe your first radio interview ever, but Roger Richards is joining us tonight. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing good, Tim. How are you?
Doing fantastic. Man, I found you on my YouTube feed a couple of weeks ago and loved the sound of your latest single, and we're going to play it for the folks tonight. They're going to love the sound of it, but they're also going to get to hear the stories behind the song, and that's why I love doing these radio interviews, and it is great to have you on tonight.
Well, I appreciate it, man. It's great to be here.
Yeah, I know you've been looking forward to it, and we have been talking back and forth for a week or so now and kind of getting to know each other. So we want the folks to get to know you. Now, Roger Richards, you know, I don't know if your name is because of a composer. I looked up tonight doing some Googling on Roger Richards, and there was a composer born way back in 1902 that composed about 900 and some songs, and a lot of them of today's music, it said, was influenced by that guy. I don't know if he was ever named after him or not, but you got a good musical history if that's the deal.
Well, I was named after my dad, and he was named after his, but I don't think it went back to him. But it's nice to be associated with them, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. If you get a chance, Google Roger Richards music, and that guy will show up. I think he was born in 1902 or something like that. So, yep. Now, you're a little bit younger than that. We were talking off the air, and you're 27 years old and just getting started in the world of country music. So how long have you been doing country music, and what made you want to do it? Is it something that you listened to on the radio when you were young, or what?
Well, I grew up listening to it. Yeah, I grew up listening to all kinds of music, to be honest with you. But the music that I can really take some memories from as a kid would be country music. So I can remember when I'd be a kid, when me and my grandma or something be on our way to a Tennessee trip during the summertime, we'd listen to "Carrying Your Love with Me" by George Strait. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, it always felt different. You know what I mean? I don't know why, because country music tells stories and it helps you remember good times. So I guess that's why I went with country music.
Oh, absolutely. Well, and the fact that George had 60 number one singles doesn't hurt a bit either if you're trying to follow in them footsteps.
Yeah, he did all right, I guess.
Yeah, he did pretty good.
Yeah, he did pretty good.
If you have one number one a year for the next 60 years, you'll be well into your 80s. So congratulations, man. You're on your way.
That'd be awesome.
Wouldn't it? Yep.
Yeah, but I'll settle for just a good little run. Maybe I can make some people smile.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. You know, and I live in Branson, which is the live entertainment capital of the world. Lots of live shows here and lots of live theaters. We just had a buddy of mine move to Arizona. He did a great George Strait tribute show here for about 10 years. Highly successful show. It was a dinner show, so you got to eat a 4-course meal, dessert, and everything before the show. And he put on a killer show. So there's always money to be made on doing a tribute to somebody like that. George Strait is very popular here. We got Marty Robbins tributes here. Hank Williams Sr. So there's a lot of that stuff out there. Now, who would you say other than George maybe had a pretty big influence on you in country music?
I don't know if you know him still, but his name was Jason Michael Carroll.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know him?
Mm-hmm, sure do.
Yeah, he was, I remember back in 2009, I was about 13 years old, and this is right after a really rough time in my life when I kind of got separated from my family when I was about 13 years old. And it's funny because I got introduced to Jason Michael Carroll's music like right around the same time by some people that would later end up being like my mentors, like almost like my surrogate mom and dads. But anyways, I don't know, there was just something about the way that he wrote his songs and sang his songs that it kind of just stuck with me, and then I kind of jumped into it both feet, and then it moved from Jason Michael Carroll onto like people like Chris Young and different people like that. I've always enjoyed their style and everything as well. Yeah,
you like the deep voices in country music, don't you? Boy, I do too.
I like the deep voices, but I also like the deeper songs, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Alyssa Lies and Living Our Love Song.
Alyssa Lies is a great song.
Yeah, Living Our Love Songs, a couple that I can think of off the top of my head that I actually have played from time to time doing a classic country music show, so I have both of those in my library, and great artist. And Chris Young, oh my goodness, yeah, really, really good.
Yeah, so, he's a real good artist.
Yeah, so absolutely love that, you know, and listening to country music on a daily basis, I get so much in my email and so much new music comes out when I was just scrolling through YouTube and mainly looking for new music and new music videos, because I told you about our TV channel that we have called ICTV, or Indie Country Television. Your song popped up. Now, there's no video to it yet, but that's in the works, as I hear, right?
That's the plan. I don't want to give no like exact date yet because I'm not for certain yet. But there is a video that will be coming in the future.
Awesome, I love that. You know, many movies have been made because of country music songs. Kenny Rogers, The Gambler, Dolly Parton's 9 to 5, and numerous others. Those are just a couple I can think of off the top of my head. But there's been a lot of movies made to country music. But there's a lot of good acting in those videos, and I'm sure you're going to do that justice as well.
Yeah, I want the best for this song, because this song means a lot to me, and I don't want to slack in any way, if you know what I mean.
Absolutely. Well, the song is called Used to Be, and the story behind it is super touching, and me and you've been talking back and forth, and I've heard the story behind it in text messages, but you're going to get to tell the whole world now what this song is about. So tell us about Used to Be.
Okay, so back in 2018, I lost my younger brother. He was 16 years old. He took his own life. It was a really, really hard time, as you can imagine. But he was struggling with a whole lot of like bullying and just a whole lot of personal issues. And whenever we lost him, it just hit us all like a ton of bricks. And it hit us really hard. And it hit me really hard too, because I've always been like that big protective brother type, and I've always wanted to watch out for my younger siblings. So it kind of made me feel like a failure in a way, but eventually I got through that. But I wanted to write a song, because this is where I really started jumping in 2 feet with music, because my brother always loved that I could play guitar and that I sang and stuff, and he always tell me I need to get music on the radio and stuff like that. So after he passed away, I kind of started wondering what is the one thing I could do for him as like, you know, like one big final send-off. So I started writing this song, and it took me about 6 months just to get lyrics on paper, and obviously, as you can tell, it's taken now almost 5 years to get the song out and on the radio.
Right.
So at the end of it, I don't know, it's just really awesome to see how far it's come and everything. Like I said, it's a real emotional thing for me. But I used to say that this was my last big gift to my brother as like a send-off, but I'm really starting to think that it was the last big gift that he left behind for me was this song, because it got me through a lot of dark times.
Wow, that is an awesome story, and so sorry for your loss, but you're taking that and putting something positive out there because of it, and that is a great thing. And I was impressed by the song. Like I said, I listened to a lot of music, and as soon as I heard it and heard your voice behind it, I was like, okay, I got to reach out to this person, and we did that. And pretty cool that happened just through YouTube, and there's no video to the song yet. It's just all audio, but the audio is pretty darn good.
Yeah, it was great. It was all recorded in Nashville. They with the studio called Off the Row Studio. They're really good to work with, and they really helped me turn the song into what I've always envisioned it to be.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty pleased with it.
Yep. I'm sure you've heard of a gentleman by the name of Lee Brice too, haven't you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was married here. He got married to his wife here in Branson about 6 years ago. But he came up with a song called "I Drive Your Truck" about losing a family member, his brother too, and I just thought that was a real touching song because he talks about in the lyrics about how going to the grave site and seeing that really didn't do it for him, and it was actually getting in his truck and driving those back roads and probably listening to country music while he was doing that, and that was just a really neat song. That's exactly what I thought of when I heard your song, was that one.
Yeah, well, it's definitely an emotional song, and I'm really hoping that it can reach out and touch a lot of people. And the only thing what I want to get out of all this is I want people to raise their kids right. I want people to raise their kids tough, because it is a hard world to live in, as we all know. People should make sure their kids are ready to maybe deal with those kind of stresses, and also raise your kids to treat people with compassion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No reason to kick somebody.
Absolutely. And speaking of kids, we were talking before we got on the air tonight. You're just 27. You're a young man, the same age as I was when I got married to the first time back in the 90s to my first wife. I was 27, but you already have 4 children. So, and you're one of 8 children in your family. You got 7 siblings. I'm the oldest of 5 boys, so we come from pretty good sized families.
Oh yeah. I got quite a few kids myself. I got 4 kids myself. I got 3 boys and a little girl. I almost got a starting 5 for the basketball team.
Yeah.
But I don't think we're going to be going for that 5th one. We'll just have to recruit.
That's right. Yeah, my mom had all boys. She got that basketball team because my youngest brother was supposed to be a girl, and that didn't happen. So she stopped at 5. But you're one of 8 children. Now, your mom and dad, you got a lot of siblings, but I'm sure your mom and dad are proud of what you're doing in the world of country music. But is any of your other brothers and sisters interested in music or wanting to do something like you're trying to do in the world of country music?
Well, to be completely honest with you, all my siblings, I have some on my mom's side and some on my dad's side as well. There's other moms and dads, but some of them were like I told you before, I came from like a little bit of a rougher start coming up as a kid, so a lot of us got separated.
Uh-huh.
I am still in contact with some of them, but like I said, whatever they do, I hope they put their whole heart into it, whether it be music or whatever they chase in their life. But I'm not really sure on if they're wanting to be singers or anything like I am. It just kind of happened for me.
That is awesome. Well, man, it's talent, and you're getting to show your talent to the world, and that's what it's all about. And we're willing to help you, and more than willing to help you, man. When I heard this song, we're going to blow it up for folks, not only tonight, but we're going to keep playing it on our shows as well. And
I appreciate that.
The world is going to love this music, and it's going to inspire somebody, and that's what you're trying to do, and that is awesome as a young man as yourself. Now, let me ask you this, too. You wrote this song, I know that for a fact. Did this just kind of get your feet wet in songwriting and get it started, or have you been doing that for a while?
Well, I started writing songs and playing around with it when I was probably about 14.
Mm-hmm.
I got my first guitar when I was 13 years old from my grandmother, and I spent like that year learning how to play it, and I was pretty awful for a good long while. But anyways, then when I turned 14, around that time is when I really started trying to dabble with writing music, because that's after I got exposed, like I said earlier, like Jason Michael Carroll, Chris Young, all these different guys, and I was like, you know what, I'd like to write some songs or something, see if I could do it. So I started writing some little songs, and I started like seeing, you know, I ain't terrible at it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sometimes you get the writer's block, but I fight through it.
Uh-huh.
But I've always loved writing songs for the most part.
That is awesome. Now, do you do it totally on your own, or do you get together with somebody and co-write? Have you got something in the works that is going to be a follow-up to Used to Be or anything like that?
I do write a lot of my songs my own. There are a couple that I have like some friends where we've sat around when we're hanging out, or sitting around a fire or just hanging out, and we've sit and kind of put our heads together and wrote some stuff. And a lot of time I have some friends and stuff that'll tell me, hey, maybe this will sound better like that, and then I'll listen. And I'm always open for some constructive criticism and everything. So I do have some people that try to inspire me and push me into the right direction. And that's pretty awesome.
That is. Well, I'll tell you what is awesome about this song is that you wanted to have it professionally recorded in Nashville, and you did that in the studio. You're from West Virginia, though, so that was a trip and a travel expense, and and getting studio musicians, which in Nashville you're going to get the absolute best to do it, and I'm sure that you went into this saying that, hey, this is about my brother, it's got to be something special. So kind of tell us about that process.
Yeah, absolutely. That was about the whole concept right there, was that it was my one big thing I wanted to do for my brother, and not just for my brother. I wanted this to be special to a lot of people. I wanted it, there's a lot of other people besides me that suffered losing somebody in this kind of way. And it's confusing, it's a hard time, and you feel alone, and I just wanted to show people that they're not alone.
Yeah.
And I just knew that I needed to take something like that seriously. And what's crazy is leading up to going to Nashville, about the week before I went to Nashville, just everything started going crazy. It's crazy how whenever you're trying to do a good thing, a lot of times the world will try to break you down.
Yeah.
But you can't let. So I fought those battles, I jumped those hurdles, and I made it to Nashville. I recorded a song, and one thing led to another, and it seems to be doing really well, and I've had a lot of people message me, and it's been impacting a lot of people so far, and I would like to see it impact a whole lot more.
Well, that would be awesome. Now, I think it is already having that impact, because I had forgot to look, and like I said, it wasn't a video on YouTube, it's just the audio. I'd forgotten to look a week or so ago when I found you how many views it has, but I looked today, and you've got 8,500 views on that thing, 8,500 right now, just on the audio alone on one format on YouTube.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. There for like the first week, it was averaging like 1,000 views a day, and I'm an independent artist and everything. I'm getting my feet wet in this still, and it's crazy to see yourself going from getting like a few hundred views to now you're getting like 1,000 every day. It's crazy. You see like people messaging you, and on Facebook it's been getting shared a lot as well. I have a page on Facebook, Roger Richards Music. That's where a lot of people go to follow me and keep up with what I'm doing.
Yeah. And what I really liked about it this last week is that a lot of people that you know and that know you are fans of yours, maybe some of your relatives, whoever they might be, were coming in and making comments about tonight's interview in our music groups. We got KICR Indie Country Club, we got KICR Indie Country Radio on Facebook, and Artists Played on KICR Indie Country Radio group as well. A lot of them making comments in there because of tonight's interview that are really supporting you and supporting this song, and that is great to see, because to me that's a win. Awesome. That's a win-win for both of us, because they're getting to not only hear your song tonight, but a lot of other new indie country music artists that they probably haven't ever heard from before, because I've never played some of these on the radio until tonight. That's how new they are, and that's why we get them on this program, and I love doing that so much. So, yeah, we're getting everybody else's music, and you included, and I love it when I see the indie artists support the other indie artists and their music, and eventually maybe collaborations come out of it. You might find a female artist that you want to do a duet with, and we can associate you with a bunch of those, and that type of thing. So that's a beautiful thing to me.
Oh, yeah, that's awesome. I mean, you want to help out as many people as you can. It's nice to have someone stick their hand out for you, but you should be ready to stick your hand out for someone else as well. If you can find a mutual benefit, there ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, tell me this, as a young man, just 27 years old, and you already got 4 kids, but when you get time away, is it music that helps you relax, or what do you like to do for fun?
Well, sometimes music, sitting and writing, and sometimes I don't know, I'm kind of a gamer too myself. Every now and then, if I get some time, if I'm not working or something, I'll sit and play a game or something. I like to stay at the house for the most part, stay out of trouble. when I can.
Yep. You like sports?
I played basketball in high school, but here the last couple of years I haven't followed a whole lot of sports as much. I might get back into it, but I've been real focused on the music thing right now, and it's pretty much been taking up all my attention at the moment. Okay,
well that's awesome, and we're going up against a football game tonight, the Dallas Cowboys and Tampa Bay. So we're glad to have you on the radio, man. Though, and I love doing these interviews. I don't care what's going on out there in the world. We're going to get this music out there to the folks, and you did a fantastic job on this. Now, I know you don't have a website up yet or not. We talked about that off the air, but if folks want to reach out to you like I did it on YouTube, but where else can they find you on social media? I know you're on some of them other streaming services.
Yeah, I'm on, if you want to find a place where you can follow me and keep up with everything I'm doing, the best place right now would be probably Facebook. You can look me up, Roger Richards Music. On Instagram, it's at official Roger Richards, and then also I'm on TikTok as well at official Roger Richards.
Okay, awesome. I got to check you out on there. I need to do more on there myself. I know I keep saying that, but I'm a radio guy, but I try to do some little TikToks every once in a while. And so yeah, I got to go check you out on there. I'm at Tim Kelly on Air on Instagram and TikTok and Twitter as well. I don't tweet much either. I don't know. I think that format's kind of dead, but TikTok is definitely blowing up. And what's cool about it is if you can put a 15 or 30 second little snippet of your song on there, it makes me or people like me want to hear the whole thing. So I go search you out on YouTube to hear the whole part of the song. And that way,
yeah, that's what I did. Yeah,
and I can convert that to MP3 or reach out to the artist and have them send me that MP3, and that's how we get it on the radio. So, and I don't know if we're the first radio station that you're getting your music played on, but I guarantee you won't be the last.
Yes, actually, you are the first radio station for me, and it's been an honor.
Well, thank you very much. And getting on this program automatically gets you on 14 other ones. We give them a big shout out at the beginning of the program tonight. But you also get on iHeartRadio, on Spotify, on Amazon Music. There's a lot of other different formats to listen to a podcast on, and I post all of those links on our timeline and on the radio station timeline on Facebook before we go on the air. So people are definitely going to get a chance to hear your song this week. You're going to get replayed on a lot of radio stations all week long.
Well, that's awesome. Hopefully we can get somebody important to hear it that shares my same vision for this and can help turn something special.
Absolutely. There's no more tragic thing than losing a loved one and a sibling especially, but the way you lost your brother by suicide. And I told you I had that happen to a cousin of mine years ago. He actually went out to the cemetery in the town that I was born in and did it. That's where they found him. So it's a terrible tragedy. And it's just something that a lot of times you never get over. But if this song helps somebody get over it or try to heal from it, it is well worth it. And it's just fantastic.
Yeah, at least let them know that they're not alone in it.
Exactly. Yep. And that's the whole point of it, is that a lot of times you do feel alone, and that's why that happens. But man, you are doing your thing to make the world a better place. Keep it up, man. And you get something new that you want to promote, be sure to hit me up again. Let's do this again. And I've got a show tomorrow night that's a 2 for Tuesday, so I play 2 from every artist, and then I do a triple play Thursday, so everybody gets 3 plays on that show. So we'd love to have some more music from you.
Oh, absolutely. As soon as I get something going, you'll be the first to know.
Well, man, you have been fantastic. Roger Richards. We're going to let everybody hear the song now. This is called Used to Be on KICR Indie Country Radio's New Music Monday.
Was a cold, rainy morning when I got that call. Mama gave the news, your brother is gone. I hit my knees and the tears began to fall as I slammed my fist against the wall. But before the angels took him away, there was one thing that I had to say. I'm half the man that I used to be. It was a long ride home, but when I pulled in the drive, I just sat there and I looked towards the sky, and I asked God, where were you this time? And I heard a still calm voice in my ear say, I'm right here. And I said, Lord, before you go, when you get back, would you just let him know? I would have helped him through the battle, hand in hand we'd have won the fight. And now my right hand is gone, and I just hope he knows he was half the man I am. 'Cause without him, I'm half the man that I used to be. Maybe if I just picked that phone up, well, I wouldn't be here singing this song. Maybe if I just paid a little closer attention, maybe he would have been gone. Man, I'd have helped you through the battle, hand in hand we'd have won the fight. Now my right hand is gone, and I just hope you know you're half the man I am. 'Cause without you, I'm half the man that I used to be. That I used to be.
Another hour of the best in new country starts now on Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best.
She's the one thing I reach for at the end of the day. I drink in that smile, it blows me away. The taste of her lips is always warm and smooth. The room starts spinning when she holds me tight. She tells me she loves me deep in the night. Every whispered word is more than 100 prayers. She's like whiskey when she kisses me. The rush I get goes straight to my head. I can't go wrong, that feeling so strong. It brings me to my knees, love drunk dizzy. She's like whiskey. Top of the shelf, I'll take a shot of her love before anything else. She knows the way to my heart every time. I can't deny she's like whiskey when she kisses me. The rush I get goes straight to my head. I can't go wrong, that feeling so strong. It brings me to
tastes like whiskey.
That is the latest single from Darren Morris from the Darren Morris Band, our good friend from Gilmer, Texas, who we've known for about 8 or 9 years. He is fantastic. The song is fantastic. Smooth, just like whiskey. That's the title of it. Darren Morris Band's brand new single, Like Whiskey. Welcome to hour number 2 of Today's Country with yours truly, Tim Kelly, hosting the show. I just wrapped up a great radio interview with Roger Richards. Roger Richards Music on Facebook. If you want to find him, give that page a like and give his song a listen. It is called Used to Be. Great song on the radio, and there will be more from that talented young man. There will be more songs on the radio right now. This next one has a video to it. You can check it out on our TV channel, ICTV Indie Country Television. Her name is Kendra Gabrielle. The song is called Red on KICR Indie Country Radio. New Country's Best on New Music Monday.
I hear what you're saying, that he's no good. To pay attention to his reputation like I know I should. I know it's a lighthearted, wicked game. One is defeated, the other one's to blame. But I can't help myself. He's got that Casanova James Dean, straight out of a movie scene. Shot me that flirty wink, bought me that whiskey drink. A smooth player, John Mayer, red flag, heartbreaker. Should've known to run for cover, but red's my favorite color. Should've known better, seen the warning signs. But rose-colored glasses made him shine. I knew it would happen, no one to blame. Tale as old as time, always ends the same. Still I can't help myself. He's got that Casanova James Dean, straight out of a movie scene. Shot me that flirty wink, bought me that whiskey drink. A smooth player, John Mayer, red flag, heartbreaker. Should've known to run for cover, but red's my favorite color. A heart as cold as yours. Should've known that I'd get burned. It's just like me to never learn. He's got that Casanova James Dean, straight out of a movie scene. Shot me that flirty wink, bought me that whiskey drink. A smooth player, John Mayer, red flag, heartbreaker. Should've known to run for cover. From that Casanova James Dean, straight out of a movie scene. Shot me that flirty wink, bought me that whiskey drink. A smooth player, John Mayer, red flag, heartbreaker. Should've known to run for cover, but red's my favorite color.
Great country tunes on the radio.
Get it? Today's Country.
Country lives right here. Country is what we do.
Today's Country. More of today's new country now.
I love the music.
You're listening to KICR Indie Country Radio, syndicated worldwide, playing New Country's best.
Now this is my kind of country. New country. New country. New country.
Maybe we've gone too far. Maybe we've just begun. It's your call. Baby, pick one. You give me the word before we get too gone. 'Cause I could leave you or love you alone. If you wanna get lost, I'd love to find you. Leave up the rest of the world behind you.
Go somewhere you've never been. Take a chance, then I'm your man.
If you still ain't figured it out, I got no problem
if I got what you need, shouldn't do without. We could call it a night, or I could take you home. I can leave you, love you alone.
If you wanna get lost, I'd love to find you. Leave all the rest of the world behind you.
Go somewhere you've never been, but take a chance that I'm your man.
If you still ain't figured it out, I've got no problem slowing it down.
Don't be scared to tell me what you want, 'cause I can leave you, love you alone. If I never ask, then I'm never gonna know. Should I order us another round, or walk on out the door?
We can dance all night, or not even finish this song. I can leave you,
Love you alone. Baby, I can leave you, I love you alone.
There's nothing wrong with you, there's nothing wrong with me. If only for tonight we have some company.
We started off tonight's show with a great song called Tequila. We just played Like Whiskey, new single from the Darren Morris Band, and they are Whiskey River. We're keeping that whiskey theme going, aren't we? That is called Love You Alone. Great duet right there on the radio. Well, I am going to be interviewing this next group 1 week from tonight. We'll hit the airwaves at 7 p.m. Central Time next Monday night on New Music Monday. And Chase the Night will be calling in at 7:30 p.m. Central Time. Here's one of their latest singles called This Heart from Chase the Night on KICR Indie Country Radio's New Music Monday.
Still hear you calling my name. I see you tracing a heart on my window pane, like the sun on a dress I hope would never fade. Yeah, sometimes it's hard to move on. All those nights we got lost in the break of dawn, getting carried away to the beat of a George Strait song. It comes on. This heart don't know when to back down. It's holding on, hoping you'll come around somehow. 'Cause your memory still haunts me like a ghost in this town. Those nights, these roads, this heart. No, nothing feels the same. Ever since you've been gone, everything has changed. Everyone seems fine, but I can't shake the pain. I can still smell your perfume, and it takes me back to the times when you rest your head on my chest and whispered I love you. If you only knew, this heart don't know when to back down. It's holding on, hoping you'll come around somehow. 'Cause your memory still haunts me like a ghost in this town. Everything I do
sounds like this.
I'd rather drink a hot beer, build a fire in the pouring rain, burn all of my fishing gear, then set sail in a hurricane.
And this.
I don't wanna be a good time girl, arm around my shoulder, shutting down your favorite bar.
And this.
99 Halo couldn't take you away.
You're listening to the best in new country music on KICR Indie Country Radio.
Won't you follow me, honey, way out past the picket fences, down where the river rolls pretty as you please. Let me show you where there's a piece of heaven there, where time goes drifting like a feather on the breeze. My mama's daddy built the barn in 1922. Those are his initials that he carved when it was new. That live oak in the pasture was fully grown back then. I like to think about him resting under the same limb. Won't you follow me, honey, way out past the picket fences, down where the river rolls pretty as you please. Let me show you where there's a piece of heaven there, where time goes drifting like a feather on the breeze. The church I grew up singing in is right across the road. The potluck supper they serve there is worth its weight in gold. You can see 3 counties way up on Paint Rock Bluff. The water's deep and cool. If you got the guts to jump, won't you follow me, honey, way out past the picket fences, down where the river rolls pretty as you please. Let me show you where there's a piece of heaven there, where time goes drifting like a feather on the breeze. Won't you follow me down? Won't you follow me down? Won't you follow me, honey, way out past the picket fences, down where the river rolls pretty as you please. Let me show you where there's a piece of heaven there, where time goes drifting like a feather on the breeze.
They are making their debut tonight on New Music Monday. They are called the Wilder Blue, and the song is called Picket Fences. Kelsey says that's a toe-tapping song. I agree. You know, this weekend I took up fencing. The police called today, and they want me to put it back all of a sudden. I don't know what's going on. Well, I think I just better keep playing the great country music, don't you? Her name is Ava Page. This is called If I Were You. I'd tune in to KICR Indie Country Radio. New country's best on New Music Monday.
If I were you, I'd drop it all and I'd throw on my shoes, tear down the road that God had everything to lose, 'cause you got everything to lose. If I were you, there'd be no second thought on what I'd say. Do anything to make goodbye go away, make you wanna stay. Show me I were you, I wouldn't let me take that suitcase down. Open those drawers and turn them inside out, like I'm doing now. 'Cause if you were me, well, boy, you'd see every bruise and every scar, the million cracks across my heart. You'd read my mind, say you were running out of time, and that I'm so close to letting go. If you were me, then you would know exactly what I'd do if I were you. If I were you. So give me the love that you've been holding back. Well, hold me tighter than you ever have. 'Cause if you were me, boy, you'd see every bruise and every scar, the million cracks across my heart. You'd read my mind, see you were running out of time, and that I'm so close to letting go. If you were me, then you would know. But hey, that's just what I do. If I were you, if I were you, if I were you.
Nobody knows new country
like we know new country.
Indie Country Radio, New Country's best.
I put that record on, girl, you know what song, and I let it play again and again. You're in every line, takes me back in time. Yeah, tonight I'm wondering, what are you listening to? Is it a cover band or some college town bar where it's not on eyes and air guitars? Or is it something to get you through? Just a sad song playing on the radio station, tears still falling, heart still breaking 'cause you're hanging on? Or is it a love song about someone new? What are you listening to? I like to believe that you're just like me, trying to figure out how a good thing goes bad. And I don't know, I can't let it go, but it's about to drive me mad. What are you listening to? Is it a cover band or some college town bar where it's not on eyes and air guitars? Or is it something to get you through? Just a sad song playing on the radio station, tears still falling, heart still breaking 'cause you're hanging on? Or is it a love song about someone new? What are you listening to? Is it a feel-good song, get you driving too fast? The one that gets you moving on past the path? Or the kind that you can't help singing along, singing whoa, whoa? Is it headphones on the downtown it a cover band in some college town bar where it's not on Nas and their guitars? Or is it something to get you through? Just a sad song playing on the radio station. Tears still falling, hearts still breaking, 'cause you're hanging on. Or is it a love song about someone new? What are you listening to? I put that record on. Girl, you know what song, and I let it play again and again.
Had a great radio interview last week. He is my good friend James Rose, and that is called What Are You Listening To? Well, I already told you, KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best. He is from the nation's capital in Washington, D.C. He is a firefighter and a great singer, a great songwriter. He's got a 14-song full album out right now. Go stream it, Mr. James Rose. Check him out on all social media. Fantastic artist and a fantastic voice in country radio. This next gentleman is also fantastic. He is Clayton Anderson. Video to this song on our TV channel, ICTV Indie Country Television. It is called Let Me Go on Today's Country from KICR Indie Country Radio. New Country's Best on New Music Monday.
Ask you if you've heard a thing I've said, and it seemed like it kinda stuck in your head, and you deny it, but you're awfully quiet. And turn left and turn the radio down, and you clear your throat and let the words fall out, and everything changes, split-second strangers. Nowhere to run in the passenger seat, I can't breathe, I can't breathe. Get me drunk, get me high, baby, want me just a little. Put my heart in your size, but before you pull the trigger, would you let me know? Say it's you, say it's me, say there ain't no way to change it. Tell my heart at the seams, but before you go and break it, would you let me know? Before you let me go. Hitting every red light in the pouring rain, it's just a little more time for you to explain how we just ain't right. On twist the knife, drop me on the corner, I'll find my way home. I'll get used to not seeing you light up my phone. I'm fine, I'll be fine. Get me drunk, get me high, baby, want me just a little. Put my heart in your size, but before you pull the trigger, won't you let me know? Say it's you, say it's me, say there ain't no way to change it. Tell my heart at the seams, but before you go and break it, would you let me know? Before you let me go. Nowhere to run in the passenger seat, I can't breathe, I can't breathe. So get me drunk, get me high, before you let me go. Let me know. Say it's you, say it's me, say there ain't no way to change it. Tell my heart at the seams, before you go and break it, would you let me know? Before you let me go.
again, his name is Clayton Anderson. The song is called Let Me Go, and a great video to that one on our TV channel, ICTV, Indie Country Television. We are radio, we are television, ladies and gentlemen. But right now, we're on the radio with New Music Monday and another great radio interview. Great gentleman by the name of Gary Howard joining us tonight. How are you, my friend?
I'm good, sir. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you for doing the program. I appreciate it. And we were just talking just a little bit while that song was playing and getting warmed up for the interview tonight. You're calling from Alabama, right?
Yes, sir. Great state of Alabama. Just moved out here not too long ago, about 8 months ago, to Center, Alabama.
Center, Alabama. Where are you originally from?
I'm originally from Dallas, Georgia.
Dallas, Georgia. Okay, yeah.
Moved to Nashville back in 2017. Lived up there for 3.5 years and doing the music scene and everything like everybody else does up there.
Yeah.
And just, now I'm in Alabama here.
Absolutely. Well, I tell you what, I've been looking forward to this interview because I got a couple of great songs that I'm looking forward to playing tonight and getting to hear the stories behind them. That's why I love doing the interviews. And I want to give a big shout out to Leslie Freeman, who booked this interview for us tonight.
Yes, sir. She's been a big help for us.
So, yeah, absolutely. Seems like you got some good people in your corner.
Man, I couldn't ask for any better people. They've done everything they can to help us get to where we're at. Eminent Records and Chaz Childers, Perry Music Group with Brian Perry. Leslie Freeman's been a big help with some booking stuff and helping with setting up these interviews and stuff.
Well, we appreciate having you on the program tonight, and I want to thank you for your time. We're up against the football game tonight, so there's some other things to do. We'll let you get back to that if you're a fan, but Alabama, you got to love football, at least college football, right?
Oh, yeah, yes, sir. But I'm a Georgia Bulldog.
Georgia Bulldog. How about them?
Yeah,
all right.
I know I'm in Alabama, but I can't let go of the dogs.
Yeah. So, you had a good season. National champions in college football. Congratulations to them. I got a lot of friends that are artists from Georgia. So, I see a lot of those posts on Facebook. They have a big fan base in Georgia.
Oh yeah, it's pretty big, definitely.
Well, they got a big fan base for country music as well. I don't know if you're a member of it, but I'm familiar with the International Singer-Songwriter Association, based out of Atlanta, Georgia, and Tammany, and what she's got going on there, and helping spread the music and the songwriting of these songs all around the world, and giving out awards to that. So that's a cool thing, based out of Atlanta, Georgia. And and the country music scene, tell us about that in Georgia. I bet it's pretty darn good too.
It is. There's a lot of talent out here. It's tough. It's a lot of people that come from here wind up in Nashville, eventually at some point or another in their career. But there is definitely a lot of good talent and good musicians out here.
Yeah.
I'm happy to be, one of those that got to step up and do things with this and go the extra mile to get where we're at now.
Absolutely. Now, tell me about your journey in country music. Now, what were some of your musical influences? Was it something that you listened to on the radio, or who did you listen to, or what kind of music that made you want to maybe do this country music thing full time?
Well, originally, I didn't even start out doing country music.
Mm-hmm.
I started out originally doing Southern rock, classic rock stuff, years ago. Grew up around music all my life. Started playing in clubs when I was 13, 14 years old with my uncles and playing guitar.
Uh-huh.
And then when I got about 20 years old or so, I got into doing the singing and stuff and writing songs. And since then I've kind of took over from there about 20, I guess that was 21 or 22 or so, and kind of swapped over and started doing country stuff because it just felt like more me.
Uh-huh.
And, just listening to Merle Haggard and Hank Jr., guys like that, Waylon Jennings, it suited me in what I wanted to do.
Right. There's two reasons I love country music. One is because you can understand the words to the lyrics of the songs for the most part. And then two is the stories that it tells. And I was telling you, I believe off the air, that's the reason I love doing these interviews, because I get to hear the stories behind these songs. I get a lot of music and see a lot of song titles. And even if you hear the song, you really don't get the gist of it until you get to interview the artist and hear the whole story.
Right, and that's the thing is, everything that I write, I try to write, real life situations, from the heart, stuff that people can relate to and sympathize with, or however you want to look at it, because everybody's got a story out there.
Absolutely.
And I try to make everything real, and so far it's worked out for me and done pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Well, I'm glad to have you on the program, and your music is great. So, we tagged this station New Country's Best. That's actually our Twitter account, too, that you can follow us at over there at New Country's Best for the radio station. And that's truly what I try to put on the air here is some of the best country out there that nobody's ever heard of yet. And hopefully somebody picks it up, and the right person's listening to not only this program, but the music that's included in it.
Yes, sir.
To me, it's all about the music. I've never tried to do, anything that was about making a name for myself. I've been doing this show for 10 years, but I am still amazed every week that I can put on music that I've never even heard before or never played on the radio, and it just keeps the show fresh, and and the listeners are in for a treat every time we go on the air.
Well, that's the thing that there's a lot of good songs out there, and artists out there that really don't get a chance to be heard. I'm fortunate that people like you have given me the chance to get my stuff out there and for people to hear it. And so far, we've done pretty good. I'm happy with where we're at. Not at the top where I want to be yet, but we're getting there. Yeah. So we're just going to keep pushing it.
Absolutely. Well, things have changed a lot since country music, got its start back in the day. Now, I don't know when that was, but, I'll say back before, you got a song called Before Country Was Cool. So let me say this, before country was cool to me, you could walk into a radio station like Loretta Lynn did with her Coal Miner's Daughter record, and she could hand it to a program director and say, hey, would you play this on the radio? Well, that doesn't happen anymore. So that's one thing that's not cool about country music. But another thing that is cool about it is with this new technology, I can hook up with people like you through an email, and you send me a couple of MP3s, and I can have them as late as an hour before I go on the air this afternoon. And I did that for a young lady tonight. I actually switched computers so I could put her songs on the radio with the computer that I used to do the show and get you on the air just that quick. So it kind of is a cool thing about country music now.
Right, yeah, that's definitely different. It's nothing like it used to be. I mean, even 10 years ago, the technology that we have now wasn't there. Mm-hmm. And, it made it in some ways tougher, but in some ways it's made it better. Yeah. So, it's got its plus and minuses to it.
Right. Now, you mentioned that you did live in Nashville, Tennessee, I believe back in 2017 for a time?
Yes, sir, from 2017 until 2020.
Okay. We just missed you maybe a couple of times at the Wild Horse Saloon. We were there for the Nashville Universe Awards and took home a couple of those in 2016. Right. Stormy Warren from Sirius XM The Highway hosted the show that night at the Wild Horse and handed us a couple of those. That's a night I'll never forget. But right. And we were also there in 2018. Now, I haven't been in about 4 going on 5 years now, so I do love to tour Music City and see what that's all about and get to meet some of the folks down there. Now, what were some of your favorite venues to hang out when you were in Nashville and play?
Well, the Wild Horse is definitely a great one. That place is really cool to go and play at.
Isn't it?
Tootsie's, Legends, Underground, just all those places are really fun. There's not a bad place around there to really play, and there's always a crowd there. Yeah. It's just a real fun place to play if you're a musician or an artist.
Yep. And I've saw a lot of history about this place called the Listening Room and all of those pictures on the wall, and a lot of these shows it's kind of noisy in the background, but I've heard at the Listening Room they have to be quiet in there because they want to be able to hear this music that these folks are putting out, and a lot of it's done acoustically, I believe, isn't it, at the Listening Room?
Yeah.
And songwriters nights and things like that going on. I'm friends with a lot of those folks, so I think that it just looks like a cool venue.
Yeah, and they are, and it is all acoustic, a lot of it, and that's. When I got up there after about a year and a half of playing, almost every night, hours and hours, 6 to 8 hours a day, I dropped back from doing that so much and started working more towards the writing and the writers rounds and stuff like that. And that's really where I started making more connections, and a lot of really cool people and guys that could really just write good stuff. So that is it was a lot more fun to me, really, and was more beneficial than anything, honestly.
Right. Now, you did bring up songwriting, so we talk about that a lot on this program. A lot of the artists that we play on the program write their own material. Is that true of you, or do other folks write songs that you take on?
Well, I have, for instance, before country was cool, a good friend of mine, Ryland Fisher, in Nashville, he had this song and pitched it to me. God, I guess it was probably about 6 months or so prior to us doing this album. And I heard the song, and I'm like, man, that's just really cool. I need to do that. So, it didn't really intend on that being the first one we released, but, just the way it all came together, once it was said and done, that was our choice to release first. But I do write the majority of my stuff, almost all of it, unless I hear something, that just really catches me that somebody else has done. But for the most part, I try to write everything and then write it from the heart, real live situations, stuff that people can relate to.
That's awesome. Now, I got a couple of songs that we're going to play for you tonight, and I know you've got a third one that's not going to be released until, I think, March. Is that right?
Yes, sir. Towards the end of March. Yes,
so,
sir.
I'm gonna grab it. It was already sent to me. So let's come back and do this again in a couple of months if you want to, and we'll talk about the new one too. And that way, that'll remind me. That'll remind me it's time to pull the trigger on that thing.
Yes, sir. I'd love to.
Yeah,
definitely.
I do a 2 for Tuesday show. I'm doing that tomorrow night, and then on Thursday nights, I can't do it every Thursday, but because of my other gig that I do to make a few bucks, but I got to do that 4-letter word too. But we're trying to do this show every other Thursday, at least, called Triple Play Thursday. So I play 3 in a row from every artist, and we'd love to have 3 from you because that'll get you on that program.
Sir. Yes, sir. And we've got plenty of material. I mean, we're gonna be releasing a song every 8 to 12 weeks, nice. Throughout the next year, maybe possibly a year and a half. So we've got plenty of material there to get out there.
That would be awesome, man. I love that. And that's what keeps you on the radio, as you probably know. The mainstream artists, if they don't release something every 3 or 4 weeks, or not 3 or 4 weeks, but every 3 or 4 months at least out to radio,
right.
They kind of get put in the background. But that's what keeps the Carrie Underwoods, the Luke Bryans, and all of those folks that are big mainstream artists out there on the radios putting out some new material.
Right, and that's the thing is, that's why we're trying to release like we are, every 8 to 12 weeks, because I'm trying to get up there to that level with those guys.
Yeah.
I'm not the greatest singer in the world, not the greatest writer, but I'm going to give it everything I got every time and try to put the best music out there that we can.
Well, absolutely. I am very impressed with your music, and I'll tell you what, about 30 years ago, that 90s country kind of did it for me. I was an 80s music DJ. I went to broadcasting school in the 80s in San Diego, California, and back then it was the Whitney Houstons, the Michael Jacksons, Chicago, REO Speedwagon, all of those bands in the 80s that were, that was a decade that I thought was just great. But then I started hearing this 90s country, and when I met my wife and married her, she was from Ada, Oklahoma, where Blake Shelton's from. And so I started listening to that, and I thought, man, this is the way to go in radio. I want to do this country thing. And so I started doing it in 1999, and off and on been doing it ever since, 10 years in a row with this program. So.
Right, and that's my style that I like, but there again, I was still into the Johnny Cash, Hank Jr., Merle Haggard, Waylon Jennings, and even today, I still will do those songs, even during shows and stuff, just kind of filling them in there with my stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, the 90s country is really kind of what turned it around for me as well, really.
Now, absolutely, and I've only heard 2 songs of yours, and we're going to play those again tonight, but does some of your Southern rock influences find its way into your music, or stuff that you've got in the can that you're getting ready to release here in a little bit?
Yes, sir. It's got I credit that, I guess, to Leonard Skinner and Molly Hatchet, people like that really knew how to really put good songs out and perform and just good music.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a song out there. I think Joan Jett did it. About rock and roll. Put another dime in the jukebox, baby. Even though you
Right.
you can put a dime, or now it's more than a dime now.
Lord, it costs you more than a dime now.
But there's a lot of great country music still being played in those jukeboxes. I'm friends with a gentleman that was on American Idol, and he's a young gentleman, about 19 years old. His name is Alex Miller. I don't know if you ever saw him on American Idol or not, but he has got his music in all of the jukeboxes at the Texas Roadhouse restaurant. So there's an idea right there.
Right.
It's not just about rock and roll, and they love country music in a great steakhouse like that with the Texas theme on it. So that would be a cool place to pitch the music to put it in that jukebox.
Well, that's what we're working on getting with the Touch Tunes people now, with getting stuff, like in the Waffle Houses and stuff like that. So,
oh, nice.
We're in the process of trying to get the logistics and everything worked out on that now. So,
yeah, that is cool. There's so many different ways to stream music. We talked about it. How much technology and radio has changed. I don't even have a CD player in my new pickup that I bought. So
yeah, that's the thing. I mean, CDs are almost like they're a novelty item nowadays.
Yeah.
Everybody's got it on their phones. You can Bluetooth to your radio or anything in your car. So, it's definitely changed a lot.
It is weird because at the same time, vinyl records are kind of making a comeback. You can go to Walmart and they have them in the music department now. Same 80s music that I used to play, Michael Jackson's Thrillers, in a sleeve and a vinyl record, back in there. So.
I've noticed that quite a bit. We don't have anything out on vinyl ourselves, but I have noticed that. So We'll see what happens with that, I guess.
Absolutely. Now, did your mom and dad growing up, did you listen to mostly Southern rock, or did they listen to country radio and some of the good oldies, as we might say?
No, they were more into the Southern rock, classic rock. Yeah, more along those lines back in those days. My dad, he was a musician and did some writing as well for a pretty good many years. And I guess that's kind of where I picked it up from. I was 5 years old. First time I picked up a guitar, and within about 10 minutes, I already knew that's what I wanted to do for a living. And I've told everybody since then, day one.
Uh-huh.
At 5 years old all the way till now, that's the only thing I wanted to do.
There you go. Now, do you still have a full band and play full band shows?
Yes, sir. We sure do. We got a 6-piece band, including me. We pretty much just sound as much like the recordings and the album as we can. We got steel and all that in these live shows.
That is awesome. So, that's why people go to these live concerts. I still believe that to this day, to hear how close you sound to the way you do on the radio.
Right. Yeah. And that's me. And from what you hear on that, on like these songs that we're going to play tonight, what you hear vocally, I sound pretty much the same live, as it does on the recordings.
Yep. And you, as an independent artist, and I've said this many times on the radio, and I know you'll probably agree, when folks are out there, especially in these smaller group venues where they're right there in front of the stage, and they're singing along to your original songs, there's no better feeling than when they know your original music, is there?
Oh, man, that's awesome. You can't ask for anything better than that. It's a lot of fun, and just playing live, period, is fun, whether it's my stuff or, cover songs or whatever. But when people actually know the words to your song, they're singing along with you. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Now, have you had the chance to open for some folks while you was in Nashville or maybe in Georgia, where you're playing now, to be able to open for some folks that we might know in the world of country music?
I have opened up for Confederate Railroad,
Nice.
Bellamy Brothers, Georgia Satellites, Molly Hatchet, Clarence Carter. I just enjoy whether I'm opening for somebody or I'm headlining or what, it doesn't matter. Just being able to play in front of a crowd is just a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's a lot of fun doing these openings too as well.
Yeah, and that's good stuff. The Bellamy Brothers were in Springfield, Missouri, just north of Branson last year in 2022, and I know they've been doing it for a long time.
Man, yeah, some of these guys, I don't see how, just knowing how hard this is, the industry is, and how hard you have to work at it. Some of these guys that's been doing it, like George Strait, Bellamy Brothers, for 20, 30, 40 years.
Yeah.
It's amazing, honestly, to sit and think about doing it that long. Because when I started this and I got signed with Eminent Records, I'm like, you know, if I could just get a couple of good years out of this, you know, and have a couple of good albums and just get out there and have fun with it, I'd be happy. But
yeah,
you know, if I had a chance, you know, and I can keep continuing to do it for 20, 30 years, heck yeah, I'm going to do it.
Well, they say Nashville's a 10-year town, you know, and I've said that a long time. If you can do this country music thing and do it for 10 years, and Garth did it, he walked away from it and took 10 years off, I think, and then come back and wins Entertainer of the Year at the CMA Awards. So, you know, that can happen too.
Right. Yeah, I mean, if I get awards for anything that I've done, you know, I'm grateful for it. But you know, it's more about getting out there and just being able to play and for the crowds and having fun with people out there.
That's exactly how I feel about this program. I am not about that stuff either, and those award shows, and they are great, and I've been to a few of them and won a few of them, but I love just putting the new music out there, and your music is fantastic. And you know, I was just going to mention one thing. We were talking about the age of some of these folks and how long they've been doing it. The Oak Ridge Boys have been to Branson many times and performed, and I saw just a couple of days ago it was William Lee Golden's birthday, and he's into his 80s now. Can you believe it?
I know. I saw that on Facebook. I'm like, wow, just to be able to be that, you know, at that age and them still be able to do what they're doing is just amazing, really.
Yeah, Papa Mau Mau. I'll never forget. So, yeah, and it's just something like that, you know, so unique. All you got to say is that, and everybody knows who it is, and that's where you want to. Yeah, that's where you want to be, isn't it?
Yes, sir. I mean, that's the ultimate dream.
Well, we're hopefully going to get you there. We're going to play this song Before Country Was Cool, a song that I believe you said was pitched to you by somebody else that wrote it?
Yes, sir. Mr. Ryland Fisher, a friend of mine up in Nashville, real good songwriter. And like I said, when he pitched this song to me, man, I was like, you know, I got to record this. It's too cool of a song, really.
There you go. Well, we're going to play it for the folks. We got a live chat room going on right now, so we get instant great feedback on a good song, and we play New Country's best, so that's not going to be a problem. His name is Gary Howard. We're going to play Before Country Was Cool on Today's Country from KICR Indie Country Radio, New Country's best on a new
Dirt on these boots ain't painted on the drawing. This y'all ain't just for the song. Was Baptist born and raised on straight. I could bait a hook before I could say my name. Just a good old boy, pound for pound, from a flyover state in a speed trap town. My coffee's black, my whiskey's right, my shirts are plaid and my jeans Levi. Used to call me Hillbilly. Everybody wanna be the next Hank Willie. Like a steel guitar and no dive bar. I was made a little old school. Was vinyl for it was in style. Country before country was cool. The same old things change to stay the same, but the same old roots running through these veins. Nick's been red since about day one. Granddaddy like dad, like father, like son. Still raising hell with the black top ends. Friday come around, we do it over again. Used to call me Hillbilly. Everybody wanna be the next Hank Willie. Like a steel guitar and no dive bar. I was made a little old school. Was vinyl for it was in style. Country before country was cool. Before country was cool. Funny how trends come and go, but I'm still holding my own.
Called Before Country Was Cool. That is a cool song, and they're loving it in our live chat room. Shelley says, yes, I love the energy. And Kelsey says same thing. I love the energy, too. So, yeah, that's good stuff.
Good stuff. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. And I love the energy of doing these radio interviews, too, because that's how I am when I unmute the mic. I don't know what it is, but I get excited about every one of these songs because I have never played a lot of this stuff on the radio ever before. That's how much new music is out there, and I get it daily in my email. And so when I came across, or you came across me, it's just a win-win when the music is this good, and it's got to be heard, man. And you're going to get heard on 14 other radio stations all of next week, and we're on Spotify and iHeartRadio and Amazon Music and all that too. So we'll get you out there, my friend. Yeah.
I appreciate it, man. This is awesome.
You betcha. Now, let me ask you this, too. We talked about doing live shows, and you've opened for some of the folks and big names that we know, but and it might be a rock and roll person, but I'm going to ask this question. What is Gary Howard's dream gig? Either somebody that you haven't opened for that you would love to, or maybe an artist that you would like to have with you, join you on stage and do a duet with. Who would some names be?
Man, I would love, like Leonard Skinner would be if we're talking rock, would be one of mine that I would love to do something with.
Mm-hmm.
As far as the country side, Blake Shelton, Jason Aldean, Brantley Gilbert, guys like that.
Yep.
Just because of the energy they bring to the show as well, and we try to match the same energies that these guys are doing. Of course they're already up there and doing great in their careers, and that's that's kind of where we want to be with it. So those would be the people that I would be interested and love to do shows with.
Awesome. Now I'm sure you've seen a lot of country music concerts, or even rock and roll concerts, probably too. Seen probably Molly Hatchet and some of these folks perform.
Yes, sir.
Do you remember your first country music concert?
First one, AC/DC.
AC/DC. They're not country, but yeah, that's a good one.
No, sir, but that was the first concert that I'd ever been to,
Wow.
and that was the loudest concert I've ever been to.
Oh, I can imagine.
But it was a great time. They put on a great show.
Yep.
And it was a lot of fun.
But buddy of mine here a few years ago went and saw Kid Rock, and he said he had these girls up in cages dancing around and everything on the sides of the stage. So I've heard he puts on a pretty good show too. And he's also he's a great songwriter in his own right too. He's written some great country music songs for artists that I'm playing on the radio currently too. So
right, yeah. I mean, I love Kid Rock. Just he's just got that different style, different personality, and I've never personally met him, but I just like what he does.
Yeah.
He seems to be a really good guy.
Yep. Mine was, I think, about 1993. I watched Tracy Lawrence and David Ball and Wade Hayes open for him in Ardmore, Oklahoma.
Okay.
So that's really what got me into, again, wanting to do country music. And now I'm friends with Lee, Wade Hayes' wife. Now, he's got a Facebook page. He doesn't have, I don't think, a personal Facebook, but his wife and I are Facebook friends. So it's really neat to be able to keep up with somebody that you followed and even seen in concert a long, long time ago, and how they're still doing their thing in country music. So, man, we hope the best for you, and you can do it as long as you wish.
Well, man, I hope to get as many good years out of this as I possibly can, and hopefully have one of these long careers like some of these other guys do. But just to be able to get to where we're at now with this, it's just been amazing. I mean, just and having the people behind us, that we do to help get us there and everything. It's a lot of fun. And I couldn't imagine doing anything else.
Absolutely. Now, one more thing I wanted to ask you is, where did you go to record these two songs that we got tonight? Was it in Nashville or somewhere there where you're from in Georgia?
They were recorded in Nashville, Sound Kitchen. Kyle Hirschman was our engineer that put everything together and all the mastering and all that for us.
Uh-huh.
And then from there, Chaz Childers with Imminent Records, who is where I'm signed with, they took it from there and just started tweaking it and doing the putting all the final touches on there and just adding a little sugar here and there.
I love it. And I said Georgia, I mean Alabama now. You were from Georgia, but now you're in Alabama.
Yeah, I know what you meant.
So,
yeah.
But, there is a lot of great country music now that comes out of recording studios all over the world and all over the United States, and even out of people's homes now with the technology that we have today. I talked to a lot of artists that do it professionally out of their homes, and it sounds just as good as what Nashville's putting out. But the Sound Kitchen, I have heard of that before, so you guys nailed it, man.
Well, I appreciate it, and then that's true. The technology has changed so much that it used to, years ago, you pretty much had to be in Nashville to do what you wanted to do and to get where you needed to be. Whereas now, you can pretty much do it from anywhere around the world. You don't even have to be in Atlanta. You don't have to be in Nashville. And realistically, you don't even have to be in the studio. You can have guys all over the country in different states recording tracks and sending them in, and they can mix and master them, in Nashville from anywhere. So it's pretty cool the way that things are now.
Well, and I'll tell you another thing that's really cool is about songwriting is that you can collaborate with people through Zoom and different places like that, with the technology that we have now to co-write a song and pitch song ideas back and forth. And I got several artists that do that, and we'd love to include you in that too. So anything that you want to pitch on our KICR Indie Country Radio Facebook page or our KICR Indie Country Club page on Facebook, feel free to do it. If you want to play acoustic shows and put up a tip jar, we are willing to let you do that and make you some money. Do what you love to do and get paid for it.
Yes, sir. And we've got a couple of songs. They're not in the studio yet, recording them, but I've wrote a couple of songs like we were talking about. How you can email. Mm-hmm. Different, writers and stuff can email back and forth, and I was fortunate enough to get to work with a guy by the name of Corey Barker in Nashville.
I'm friends with him, yes.
Okay, yeah, well, we went up, met, and wrote a song in Nashville a couple of months ago, and then, I don't know, it's been probably about a month or two later, we did one over the internet, emailing back and forth, and just pretty cool song too, so hopefully we can get in the studio and y'all get to hear those pretty soon.
Oh, that is neat, man. And that's one thing about a songwriter, and I've talked about that a lot on the radio. They've got songs that they've maybe had in the can for several years, and they just finally decide it's time to record this thing. And it's all new to us. We've never heard it, as far as being on the radio or putting it out there to the world until you guys put it together. But, man, songwriting is a talent, and if you've got that, you can definitely go places. It's the best of both worlds. If you can sing and songwrite, that's good stuff.
Yes, sir, and that's songwriting's where it's at. I mean,
yeah,
that's where it really is. It's good to be a vocalist as well, and an artist. But if you can write, and sing, do both, that you got the upper hand.
Yep.
And,
and if
I've just been fortunate enough to get with some good guys as well too, that kind of helped out with that, like Rylan and Corey and stuff. So
you definitely have, and you got a good name for country music. A guy by the name of Gary Allen had a great, successful career. Oh, yeah. So Gary Howard going to be right behind him, I do believe.
Well, I hope so. That would be great. It'd be awesome. I couldn't ask for anything more.
Absolutely. You got another great song here called "Bartender." Tell us about this one real quick. There's not enough drinking songs in country music, right?
Well, no. And what's funny is I don't even drink, but almost every song that I write has something to do with some type of drinking in it, and that's what's crazy. And it's not intentional.
Yep.
It's how it comes out. That's country music. It's just. I try to write it the best, and just somehow that winds up how it comes. But Bartender, it's a funny story behind that one. A friend of mine up in Nashville, we had gotten off of work. I was working a part-time job also, and that's another thing. People don't realize is just because you're playing music, you're still having to work a job too.
Right.
So we got off work a little early one day, a co-worker of mine, and he wanted to stop and grab something to eat because we had worked through lunch and everything. So we stopped and grabbed something to eat, and a tin roof right there downtown in Nashville, right off of Demumbrian. Mm-hmm. And we're sitting there eating and everything, and his wife's calling and giving him a hard time because, she thinks he's out messing around and just whatever. So we're sitting there, and I'm just kind of listening to him talk talked to her and stuff, and you could hear she wasn't real happy with him. And I'm just got a thought in my head. I started writing down on a napkin. And as soon as he hangs the phone up, he's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I just wrote the funniest thing, thanks to your conversation there with your wife." So that's kind of where this started. The first verse just kind of come right off the top of my head, just sitting there thinking about this, because at the time, I'm single. I didn't have anybody, in my life at that time. It was just me. So listening to him, I don't know, it just kind of come to me. So I started writing it on a napkin, and I would guess it was probably I got home with that napkin. I wrote it on a napkin with a Sharpie. I got home after work and everything, and about an hour later, I had this song already, all the lyrics and everything, chord progression and all already laid out.
Wow.
So that's kind of where it come from. Just like I said, it may not be my life experience. It may have been something that happened to somebody else, and that one just happened to be something that happened to a good buddy of mine. So,
man, that is exactly what I hear all the time, is how quick these songs come together, and you just know it when you know it, man. And it can be done in an hour or less sometimes, the whole thing. That is cool.
Well, I've had some that took me years to write, and I've literally had one that took me 30 minutes, and it's a pretty good one too. So, we can get to that one later on as well. I think that one's going to be the fourth one that we released. It's called Old Memories.
Awesome.
It should be released, if I'm not mistaken, around May or so.
Okay.
So we've got a list of them set up and ready to go. We're just, like I said, we're just going to keep hitting them every 8 to 12 weeks, and go from there and just try to pump them out as best we can.
Well, keep hitting me up at the same time, will you? And let's do some more of these radio interviews. I've done 4, 5, and 6 with some of the artists, and keep putting out the new music, and we're definitely going to keep playing it. You're fantastic. Now, one more question. Where can folks find you on social media if they want to go check you out and purchase some of these songs you got going on?
We've got everything. Everything's been released on Spotify, iTunes, all the major platforms, on the streaming platforms. Gary Howard Music on Facebook, and the website is GaryHowardMusic.com, and you can pretty much click on there, and it'll take you to all the links that we have from Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. And I'm not the technical computer type person that gets into all that social media stuff. I'm just kind of learning a lot of it right now, and I guess I'm kind of behind on that. But we're learning, and I'm doing the best I can with it. So right now, but we're getting there. So, but everything's out there. Like I said, GaryHoward.com. Facebook is Gary Howard Music, and that goes for TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and all that.
That is awesome, man. You're true entrepreneurs in this country music world and music in general. You got to do so much of it, building websites and doing all the social media things and marketing yourself out there to the folks. And we definitely are glad to help you with that part of it. But we appreciate all the hard work, and the music's fantastic, and definitely we'll keep playing it. Go check out Gary Howard Music everywhere, folks. And if you can send a text, you got my number now, so say hey every once in a while, and we'll set up another radio interview in a couple of months. Sound good?
Yes, that sounds good. I appreciate it, Tim, and I appreciate you guys having us on. It's been awesome, and I look forward to doing it again.
You got it. He's going to kick off hour number 3 right here with bartender Gary Howard on KICR Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on New Music Monday.
Well, it's 5 o'clock on Friday. I'm getting that feeling again. Baby, she ain't gonna see me, and she'll wonder where I've been. Got my paycheck cash like a gas in the tank. I'm heading for the honky-tonk. A cold Budweiser and a table for two, and I'm living that country song. Yeah, she blame it on my friends, she blame it on me. But call it what you want, what you get is what you see. Pull me up another round, bartender, if you please. just where the hell have you been? You know you ain't been home in 3 or 4 days. Don't you worry, I ain't gonna stay. Pour me up another round, bartender, if you please. If she blaming on my friends, she blaming on me. But call it what you want, what you get is what you see. Pour me up another round, bartender, if you please. 'Cause I ain't been home in 3 or 4 days. Don't you worry, I ain't gonna stay. Pour me up another round, bartender, if you please. Yeah, pull the house another round, bartender, it's on me.
Another hour of the best in new country starts now. On Indie Country Radio, New Country's best.
I remember my favorite bike was a little tyke that she could fly. And that ragged old hat of mine when I was 9 was the Indians from 95. And those things never left my side. Oh, but today I couldn't find them if I tried. This old shirt is getting worn. The knees of these jeans are torn. This old back don't work the way it should. But of all these things that I wear in time, I search forever just to find something that always feels brand new. Though everything fades away, one day you'll see. You and I will never get old to me. At 12 I had my first kiss, that middle school bliss on the beach down in South Carolina. And in high school, where I met you in 17, I swore to make it mine. Well, I'll never forget that first slow dance, 'cause I still feel it every time I hold your hand. This old shirt is getting worn. The knees of these jeans are torn. This old back don't work the way it should. But of all these things that I wear in time, I search forever just to find something that always feels brand new. Though everything fades away, one day you'll see. You and I will never get old to me. Sitting there, front porch in your rocking chair, sipping sweet tea, smiling at me, looking back on the times we shared. You said something about getting old, and I swore I had, but in case I haven't told you, this old shirt is getting warm. This old shirt is getting warm. The knees of these jeans are torn. This old back don't work the way it should. But of all these things that I wear in time, I search forever just to find something that always feels brand new. And as I'm standing here today, I hope you'll see that, baby, you will never get old to me.
His name is Dustin Kynes. That is a great tune called Old to Me, kicking off our number 3 of today's country with yours truly, Tim Kelly, hosting the show. I just wrapped up another great radio interview tonight, 2 of them. That's right. Gary Howard was on the program, and he is fantastic. Go check him out on all social media. Gary Howard Music on Facebook. Go like his page and tell him I sent you over there, and check out the rest of his music that he's got available on there. And we have a brand new single that's going to be released in March, but they said we could have played it on tonight's show, but I didn't get it loaded up in time. But we will definitely be playing it in March, and we would love to have him back. Now be sure to join me tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Central Time on a 2 for Tuesday edition of Today's Country with Tim Kelly. I got 2 more great radio interviews tomorrow night. Bubba Reeves will be on the program at 7:30 p.m. Central, and Jake Stringer at 8:30 p.m. Central. So you're going to love hearing their music and the stories behind the songs as well. And everybody in the program gets double shots, 2 songs in a row, all show long. Let's get going with this next artist, and you're going to love this next song. His name is Robert Ray. The song is called More Than You'll Never Know on Today's Country from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on New Music Monday.
Moonlight on my shoulder, perfume in the air, shadows moving closer, secret love affair. As real as all of this may seem, it's my poor heart that makes me dream. What a fool to keep believing you'd ever be mine. 'Cause I love you more than you'll never know. Yeah, I need you, I just can't let it show. Just wanna close my eyes and hold you close and never let you go. I'll always love you more than you'll never know. Daylight on your shoulder, lovers side by side, just you and I lost under the covers as the sun begins to rise. But it's just all a fantasy. It's my poor heart that just can't see. Close my eyes and keep believing one day you'll be mine. 'Cause I'll love you more than you'll never know. Yeah, I need you, I just can't let it show. Just wanna close my eyes and hold you close and never let you go. I'll always love you more than you never know. Yeah, I just wanna close my eyes and hold you close and never let you go. I'll always love you. Yeah, I'll always love you. Yeah, I'll always love you more than you'll never know.
country tunes on the radio.
Get it. Today's country.
I love absolutely every single song they play.
This station is dangerously good.
This is Today's Country.
I like the music. I like the DJs.
There's even more to like.
I like everything about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
More of today's new country now.
I love the music.
You're listening to KICR Indie Country Radio, syndicated worldwide, playing new country's best.
And this is my kind of country.
New country.
New country.
New country.
I'm a picture perfect painting of imperfection. I'm a walking definition of unsettled and restless. The needle in my compass points anywhere but home. I thought I'd always be alone, 'cause I never wanted to tap my brakes. I never wanted to settle down. I was always one foot out the door. I never thought about turning around. Never saw myself with a white picket fence dug into the ground. Never till now. Out of all the prayers I've prayed, your heaven's answer. Out of all the hell I've been through, I never thought you'd be out there, but thank God you were right there. 'Cause I never wanted to tap my brakes. I never wanted to settle down. I was always one foot out the door. I never thought about turning around. Never saw myself with a white picket fence dug into the ground. Never till now. Never till you walked into that bar. Never till we talked over that song. Never till we danced till closing time. Never till you proved me wrong about the kind of love you fall so hard you never hit the ground. Never till now. Oh, never till now. Yeah, the kind of love you fall so hard you never hit the ground. Never till now. Never till you walked into that bar. Never till we talked over that song. Never till we danced till closing time. Never till you proved me wrong about the kind of love you fall so hard you never hit the ground. Never till now. Yeah, the kind of love you fall so hard you never hit the ground. Never till now.
Her name is Ashley Cook, and Cook has an E on the end of it. If you want to go check her out, I found that young lady on a great little app called TikTok. Go follow her at Ashley Cook with an E on the end of it. Great song right there called Never Till Now. Last Tuesday on the program, I did a morning show, and it blew up when I had this artist on as a special guest. He's our good buddy, Mr. Jonathan Lynn. It was our second radio interview, and we talked about 3 of his latest singles. We played all 3 of them on a 2 for Tuesday. That's how you do that right there. I own the station. I can do whatever I want. There you go. But I love a great ballad in the world of country music, and Jonathan Lynn has a brand new one out called Lovers, Partners, and Friends. Let's play it right now on Today's Country from KICR Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best.
It's been years since we said I do. Baby, I'm still in love with you. It keeps getting better each moment we share. Every waking hour I live my life for you. And I want you to know the love I feel for you. Deep in my soul, You're my lover, my partner, you're my best friend. We'll stay this way until forever's at an end. If you should ever doubt my love for you, you better think again. We're lovers, partners, and friends. I thank God for you every day of my life. You're the answer to my prayers. I want to show you how much you changed my life. I'm proud to be your man, and I want you to know the love I feel for you deep in my soul. You're my lover, my partner, you're my best friend. Stay this way until forever's at an end. If you should ever doubt my love for you, you better think again. We're lovers, partners, and friends. I know we fear sometimes and wonder, will our love survive as we grow old? I live to be 100 years old. Girl, I need you to know you're my lover, my partner, you're my best friend. We'll stay this way until forever's at an end. If you should ever doubt my love for you, you better think again. We're lovers, partners, and friends. Girl, we are lovers, partners, and friends.
In a world, there was one man, Tim Kelly, and there was only one radio station, Indie Country Radio.
Girl, you sure look good about 7 a.m. when you open up those blue eyes and roll out of bed. In that quitting time, when I get back home, Dad, I miss you kiss, it sure turns me on. But I've been waiting all week to show you all. Now we're 3 beers deep in a 2-step tune, stepping out in your Wranglers and boots, out of there to Marlboro Rim. God, that's the truth, you're a diamond in a rhinestone room. Nothing shines like me on you. Now the spotlight's on the band, don't they know that spinning you around, baby, that's the real show. Yeah, I'm holding you close, that's more than enough to give me that Friday night buzz. Now we're 3 beers deep in a 2-step tune, stepping out in your Wranglers and boots, out of here to Marlboro Rim. God, that's the truth, you're a diamond in a rhinestone room. Nothing shines like me on you. step two, stepping out in your Wranglers and boots, out of in a marble rail. God has the truth of a diamond in a rhinestone rose. Nothing shines like me on you. Oh no, nothing shines like me on you.
His name is Don Louie. That is called Knee on You. Boy, we got it going on now in the world of country music. That gentleman is fantastic. Well, so is this next artist. She's a great singer, great songwriter, good friend of mine. We've done 2 radio interviews so far. She is my good friend from Hope, Arkansas, Miss May Estes. This is called Your Hands on Today's Country from KICR, Indie Country Radio. New country's best on this New Music Monday.
I've seen your hands grease stained, turn a wrench, swing a hammer, take apart a V8, put it back together and never miss a move. They just know what to do. And I've seen your hands 10 and 2, headed east on 40, hometown in the rear view. You left for me, letting go of everything so I could chase a dream. Steady and true and strong, and right where I belong. Holding a beer on a Friday night, holding a match when I need a light, holding the door and my old guitar, there on my knee in a crowd in a dive bar, holding a ring in my heart for the rest of my life, wearing that band. I hope your hand's always holding mine. I felt your hands in the dark, light me up all over, running through my hair and pulling me closer like nobody else. You know me better than I know myself. You pick me up when I can't stand, like my mama prayed for, kind of man. Holding a beer on a Friday night, holding a match when I need a light, holding the door and my old guitar, there on my knee in a crowd in a dive bar, holding a ring in my heart for the rest of my life, wearing that band. I hope your hands always holding mine, when we got the whole world in the palm of it. When the going gets tough, ain't letting go of it. Yeah, we'll make the most of it. Holding a beer on a Friday night, holding a match when I need a light, holding the door, my old guitar, there on my knee in a crowd in a dive bar, holding a ring in my heart for the rest of my life, wearing that band. I hope your hands always holding mine, holding mine.
Hey y'all, it's May Estes, and you're listening to Tim Kelly on KICR Indie Country Radio.
Somebody else will fix his heart, the same one you've torn all apart. Now you're sad, 'cause you did me wrong. You
just don't realize what you have until it's gone. But in my mind, I take her back. But I've got to be stronger than that, though this flame still burns. I'll let her hurt, I'll let her cry, I'll let her feel what it's like to hear the words goodbye. I'll let her tears pour down like rain. She can deal with the lonely, she can deal with the pain she's put me through. When she turned cold, she left my heart full of empty, with nothing else to hold. In my mind, I still want her back, but I've got to be stronger than that. This old flame still burns. I'll let her hurt, there was a time I made her smile, but those days have been gone for a while. Oh, what a fool that I've been, afraid of starting all over again. So this time, there's no turning back, 'cause my heart just can't handle that. This old flame still burns. I'll let her hurt, I'll let her hurt.
When you're talking about ballads in the world of country music, gotta play that one. One of my all-time favorites from Adam Grant, and that is called Let Her Hurt. We'll send that out to Shelly Lynn, listening to us in Overland Park, Kansas, right up there by Kansas City, where the Chiefs are going to be playing a pretty meaningful football game this Saturday. There you go, Shelly, and we appreciate you listening to us and hanging out in our live chat room as well. And Adam Grant is also from the state of Georgia. Now, I learned something about Georgia tonight that I didn't know. When I was talking to Gary Howard, he used to live in Georgia, but there's a town in Georgia that he lived in called Dallas, Georgia. I knew about the one in Texas, but didn't know about the one in Georgia. So there you go, something new. How about something new music-wise from this gentleman, Randall King? It is called In the Picture on today's country from KICR, Indie Country Radio. New country's best on New Music Monday.
She looks good, I mean real good. She got that thing about her, she got that glow around her. It's been folded, but every time I hold it, I just can't believe you can fit in that much. Pretty in a 3x3. She's in that red dress, white ribbon in her hair, smiling at me standing there, bare feet on a salty shore. Her eyes shine through the faded ink, everything about it's bittersweet. Yes, she might be in this Polaroid,
but she ain't in the picture anymore. There's a corner ripped off, her name's in a heart at the bottom, and there's a tear stain down the middle where I've cried a little over that red dress, white ribbon in her hair, smiling at me standing there, bare feet on a salty shore. Her eyes shine through the faded ink, everything about it's bittersweet. Yes, she might be in this Polaroid, but she ain't in the picture anymore. She ain't in this house, this room, or this town. She ain't in this bed I'm laying in right now. No, she's in a red dress, white ribbon in her hair, smiling at me standing there, cutting me right straight to the core. Her eyes shine through the faded ink, everything about it's bittersweet, because she might be in this Polaroid, but she ain't in the picture anymore. Yes, she might be in this Polaroid, but she ain't in the picture anymore. She looks good, I mean real good.
New country sounds like this.
Hey moon, I'm giving it all that I got. Hey moon, I'm down to my last shot.
And this.
Felt like living and I felt like dying. Oh, come on back to me.
And this.
Hey, pretty boy, you were pretty sure it was gonna work out for you.
You're listening to the best in new country music on KICR, Indie Country Radio.
Used to rush home at night when her shift was through. Do everything just like she promised to. But things seemed to change when she turned to the wine. Oh, it feels like I've just lost this whole world of mine. I got a bad, bad feeling that it's over for good. I just can't believe you don't know how I could. After all your lies are telling me the truth, I've got a bad, bad feeling that it's over for good. I wish we could go back to the way we were then. Since the day I first met you, you've been my best friend. Oh Lord, please help me at all I can stand. Don't know how to go on being your man. Your pride is so strong, stronger than me, and I've tried my best to get you to see just what you've been doing to me. And the pain is so hard that it's killing me. I got a bad, bad feeling that it's over for good. I just can't believe you don't know how I could. After all your lies are telling me the truth, I've got a bad, bad feeling it's over for good.
There is another great traditional country song in the world of country music. His name is Jim Jacobs, a great Canadian artist, and a hit song on his hand right there called Over for Good. Well, we're not over yet, and we're not over for good. We'll be back tomorrow night on 2 for Tuesday, 7 p.m. Central Time, live from Branson, Missouri, the live entertainment capital of the world, and we'll be live on our website, KICR, IndieCountryRadio.com. Let's put on this next young lady. She is from the great state of Texas. Her name is Jenna Paulette. Her latest single is called Slow Drawl on Today's Country from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on a New Music Monday.
Dressing up as blue jeans and a pearl snap, in shorts are taking off the ball cap. Drink beer instead of champagne. Free time means fishing on the lake. Good dog in an old truck. Football was their first love. Little work trying to settle them down, but there's something about them boys with a little twang saying hey. Two-finger wave down a two-lane, baby. Singing along to some country
to Tim Kelly on Indie Country Radio.
His old calloused hands grabbed a hold of that man, drunk behind the wheel of that car. He drug him to the ground, the people gathered round. He didn't mean to take it that far. Granddad lost his wife, so that man lost his life as he reached for the hand that redeems us. 10 years in that cell between heaven and hell, caught between jail and Jesus. He found that demon in the bottle. Daddy drank his last swallow. Drunk, he hit Mama again. Yeah, the neighbors called the cops, tried to fight, but he lost behind bars till God only knows when. There's a price to be paid for the hands that he laid, making deals with the one that redeems us. As he lies in that cell between heaven and hell, caught between jail and Jesus. Rebel blood runs through my veins. I choose not to end up that way. One thing I've learned, my prayers are still heard. I hold on to the one that redeems us. I walk the line, but I've strayed time to time, living between jail and Jesus. Living between jail and Jesus.
She is a good friend of the radio station and a good friend of mine, Miss Peyton Howie. That is called Jail and Jesus, and you can check out the video to that one rotating 24/7 on our TV channel, ICTV, Indie Country Television. Up next, Adam Sanders. This is called Just Need One on Today's Country from KICR, Indie Country Radio, playing new country's best on a New Music Monday.
Girl, don't rush off the phone. I know it's getting late. While I got you, hear me out. I got a lot to say. I've been sitting here wondering where we went wrong since you've been gone. If you gotta go, I get it. But girl, if you got a minute, I just need one to prove that we ain't done. I know we said we were gonna hang it up, but baby, don't hang up. Yeah, I can love you back if you can back off letting your leaving run. I don't need every chance there is under this missing you, son. Baby, I just need one. It just took one mistake for me to realize I didn't want to make that one again in my life. Be a hell of a heartbreak if I had to set you free. You might find somebody new, but girl, when it comes to me, yeah, I prove that we ain't done. I know we said we were gonna hang it up, but baby, don't hang up. Yeah, I can love you back if you can back all the letting your leaving run. I don't need every chance there is under this missing you son. Oh, 'cause baby, I just need one. If it's over, girl, I get it, but if there's a shot at a future with you in it, I just need one. Girl, I just need you. Yeah, I know we said we were gonna hang it up, but that's one thing that I can't do. Yeah, I can love you back if you can back all the letting your leaving run. I don't need every chance there is under this missing you son. Baby, I just need one. Just need one. Oh, baby, I just need one. I just need one.
His name is Adam Sanders, and that is called Just Need One. Well, if you need one more show, let's do it tomorrow night. Tomorrow at 7 p.m. Central Time, live on KICR IndieCountryRadio.com. We'll call it 2 for Tuesday, and a couple of great radio interviews for tomorrow night are scheduled. I'll have Bubba Reeves on the first one, and Jake Stringer on the second one. Boy, that's going to be a great show as well. Tonight was a great show, and I want to thank Roger Richards for joining me on the program, and Gary Howard, two great artists, one great show. We called it New Music Monday. And don't worry if you missed the live show, everything is recorded and replayed on our website. Tonight's show will be the one at the very top of the Spreaker Live radio player of KICR IndieCountryRadio.com. Today's Country with Tim Kelly is produced by Tim Kelly Productions. Like us there on Facebook, and we will like you right back. Until next time, I will see you on the radio. Bye-bye, everybody.
I can put you in a cornfield in downtown Manhattan. Close your eyes and reel that old zip code. I can put you on a riverbank while you're fighting traffic. I'm a song, I'll see you on the radio. Turn me on and turn it up. I can make you smile, make you cry, turn back the pages of your life. Turn me on. I'll see you on the radio. I can take you back to high school, gym floor, and a slow dance. First love, first kiss, second base down that